Hey you guys, we are live. Welcome back to my channel. I am Creative Solutions, and today we got an interesting topic. So, today we're going to talk about raising your baseline frequency. And what I mean is, what is your frequency when, let's say, at 2 o'clock in the evening on a Sunday? What is your frequency at 6 p.m. during the day? How are you internally feeling, during that time? So, yeah, so we're about to get into it. Raising your baseline frequency. I mean, are you keeping on track on the way you feel energetically? What are you vibrating out? So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna drop the intro. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Creative Solutions, and let's get into it. Okay, yeah, so now we're back. Okay. So now we're talking about raising your baseline frequency. And this is a really important topic because we need to understand how are we feeling energetically throughout the day. I mean, are we carrying around these feeling states that we used to have when we were younger, that we used to have in our 20s? How are we energetically feeling throughout the day? And this is a very important topic because, especially in today's world, we do not want to attract experiences that we don't want to have. We do not want to attract unpleasant experiences, things that happen in our lives that, should not happen, or things that are beyond our control because we are vibrating things that are attracted to us. So again, like attracts like, so negative will attract negative, positive will attract positive, victimhood will attract an abuser, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to talk about. And let's say you every day you're probably waking up and you are not shifting your frequency or your vibration. But when you first wake up, you have a really good frequency. Just FYI. Every time somebody takes a nap, every time somebody gets up in the morning, they feel really settled and they feel good because they're not thinking anything, nothing has entered their day. So, why are we feeling this way? I believe it's somewhere between trauma, past experiences, or maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody made you feel bad. Maybe you're thinking unhealthy thoughts. In some ways, you can see these thought patterns is the way your shape is phased. Like what as your face is in a resting position, do you have a smile? Are you serious? What is going on in there, right? So sometimes when their faces are in the resting position, I see that a lot of people have like frowns, and I'm just like, okay, why? And some people are really serious. I believe I probably used to be really sad when I had my resting position, and now my resting position has turned serious. When I'm not smiling and I'm okay and I'm just relaxing, I normally have a serious phase. And then some people just look pleasant because maybe they all they thinking about is pleasant thoughts. But anyway, what I'm saying is as you become more positive, you become more lighter, you enjoy yourself more, you're more relaxed, you're feeling good. The more your face will tend to change, and those lines and those frown lines, things like that will begin to change, right? Right. So the more that you're relaxed, even you guys could probably you can probably see the different shifts in your energy. Like you can see you do not look the same as you looked when you were in your 20s or when you was in your teens, because you was vibrating differently at those times, on those timelines. You were probably in this type of state or in that type of state, but normally your eyes, your nose, and your mouth probably change. But things that you'll probably see is your eyes probably looks brighter, your smile peeks out, so you will notice it. All right, first and foremost. So let's say let's say I have my frequency is good when I wake up, but I'm always bombarded with all of these thoughts, or sometimes I'm always thinking about all of these things I have to do. What can I do to help me stay in a better mode, right? What can help me stay in a good mode? And I would say the number one thing you can do is meditation. As much as people be like, what? Why meditation? And meditation could be a walk, meditation could be working out, meditation could be anything that you do where you're focusing on that one thing, and your mind is not idle, and your thoughts aren't controlling your mind, and you're not being bombarded with scenarios. You are not shocking yourself. You're not thinking of infinite possibilities that could go wrong. You're in a state where you're focused, your mind is clear, and you're focusing on one thing. It could be shaving, it could be doing your hair, it could be reading. You're not thinking these thoughts, you're focused. So that's one way, meditation. Meditation is number one. So I always say there's different ways to go about doing it. In the words of Sevan Boomer, you guys could look him up. He's like a really good spiritualist, really good teacher. Probably my most favorite of all. The first one who I consistently watch. He is like number one. But anyway, his name is Sevan Boomer, and he would say there are different ways you can go about doing it. So number one, you can go about it through your mind. You listen to different things. You can, when you go to sleep, you can listen to vibrations, healing frequencies, binaural beats. You can say affirmations. The second way to go about it is physically. So what I mean by physically is eating, like looking at your diet, eating a better diet, drinking lots of water, right? Juicing and taking really good foods that are nice and light so that you feel better vibrationally. Also, you can do a cleanse. You can cleanse your body out. And what I mean by that is you can take some bitters. You can boil these herbs that that you drink them, and it helps, like it like goes in, and it like that's a good word to say it. It goes in and it tones your organs. Like, you can drink some bitters where bitter things are good for your organs because it helps filter it out. You can do stuff like that. So you can go about it through the mind, through the body, and spiritually. Praying, meditating, relaxing. Those are the three ways you can go about it. So you guys could spiritually, mentally, and then physically. And if you go about it these three ways, your frequency will change. And so I have some videos for you guys. I have some clear cut examples, not examples, but I would say philosophy that goes a little bit more in depth. So we're going to hear from some of my spiritual teachers who I really look up to. And the first one who I talked about, we're going to hear from Sevan Boomer, right? He's going to talk about it right now. He's going to talk about how you can shift, get into a better state. Because when you raise your frequency and you raise your vibrations, you attract better experiences, and you vibrate on a whole nother level. I'm hopefully, I'm recording this video and everything is going good, because this internet be trying to be is acting wacky every now and then. Okay, so we're gonna show you guys this video. So hopefully you guys could see it. No, now you guys can't see it. Hold on. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I gotta move this so you guys can see it.
Get through. So this is what we have as far as when we put a lot of weight on ourselves and a lot of depression and a lot of negativity and a lot of greed and all those different things, all of that makes us bigger and bigger. And what was told to me was is that you're trying to get light, but you need to get light. You got too much weight, so you're going to wait. And this is a riddle that's basically saying that if you have all of this division and all this stuff going on, you can't fit into the next space of where you really want to go. And then when you let all of that loose, and that happens with cleansing your body, you're not going to be able to do this in your mind. A lot of people don't be trying to like philosophize your way into this. The mind is overrun with bacteria. The easiest way to hit it, to nuke it, and that's how you'll see how difficult it is at first. It's like, let's just go on a simple colon cleanse. Let's remove the Similac with iron, because even some of the Similac with iron for a 30-year-old is still sitting on the wall of their colon. Mm-hmm. So it's like, then when your colon is clean, at least one layer, it starts vibrating, ringing. Your colon is like your root chakra. And when this starts vibrating, because the power that's with it, which you can even feel as you're passing out this fecal matter when it comes online, it starts turning the other wheels because it's like a clock. So now the big motor, which is the root chakra, the one sitting in the center, now that's starting to come online, and then it starts jumping off the rest of the body. And then you get the experiences. What happens is your consciousness literally starts dialing in, just like you were saying before, like we're dialing in our experience. The chakras, which are like lenses, begin to dial in the experience and start sending out the resonance of the situations that are going to need to happen to us next in order for us to actually begin to unlock the vehicle more. So I never seen nobody in this last 10 years, Brother Rich, that really wanted to do that, really, not lying, not playing, but really wanted to do that, that didn't get some assistance. This assistance came from anywhere. I don't care if they didn't have no money. I don't care what the story was. I got living folks, tribe, that they just made the decision in their mind and they were real about it, because that's the whole thing about a curated life with socialism and social media. If you can't be real anymore, that's why we got to dig deeper into the code. But the reality is the moment that a person taps into their realness and locks into that, then they get the invitation for them to start leveling up.
Mute. Okay, so then we heard from the famous Sevan Boomer. So basically, what he's telling you is this is going about it physically, and that's just doing a cleanse. So he's talked about a colon cleanse, and I don't know if they still have it, but you can use helium musk, and you can mix it up with some water. And normally is with apple juice, and you would drink that 3 or 4 times a day, and in a meal replacement. And I'm not telling people to do this, but this was one of his the colon cleanse that he was telling people to do, and it really did work. I did do the colon cleanse. I did it some years ago, and that soccer punch, that was like a punch. Like, I never felt anything like that. And I believe what I took was the helium, I think it's helium musk or something like that. That's what I took, and I drank it with organic apple juice. And I remember it. I was just so excited, and I wanted to try it, and I was just like, so in awe. And I remember taking that. I remember mixing that, but I bought the whole like internal cleansing kit, so I didn't have to, but they don't sell it anymore. So it's like, I mean, if you go to his website is secretenergy.com, and he does have products on there, but the one that I bought, they don't have it anymore, is by Blessed Herbs. And yeah, that one was that really That was a life-changing experience when I did do it. I did the full body cleanse. And a lot of things shifted for me. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. So if you guys, that's just one way, you can go about it, and that's physically, and that's cleaning your body. And obviously, if you exercise, you're getting more energy and you gain more attraction, and you put in more oxygen in your body. And as of right now, I believe that a lot of reasons why we have iron deficiencies is because we aren't breathing. We're not taking deep breaths. We're not taking deep oxygen. So we need more oxygen in our bodies. We're breathing really shallow. We need to be taking deep belly breaths, so our body can have the oxygen it needs, you know, to make the minerals and do the things our body needs. Okay, so that was one way. So you see him hop on physically, number one. And yeah, that does work. I'm not gonna lie, it do work. It works for like the first time, but then your body gets used to it. So then you gotta try something else. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna go to another video by the same person, the famous Sevan Boomer. So we have a little bit more for you guys. And bear with me, everyone. I know. Let's see. I think it is this one. Yeah, it is. And
body that I was around, especially in my previous life in the Matrix, in order to see new vistas and to reboot myself. Because the other thing is that it's unfortunate that when you try to change, because day after day this change must take place and you must stay within the change, you can often reset back to who you were before, because someone is trying to see you through that lens, meaning that even when you're trying to change, they're egging you like, oh man, trust me, that's not going to work. I tried it before, or you're not going to stick to that, or you're the same old person. Especially if there's an argument, they really try to throw those arrows which try to remind you of who you were in the past. So it becomes difficult to move on from that. And if you see that going on, that is one of the most mature and adept moves that you can even make within this life, is to have the energy to break away. Go away for at least a week, at least 2 weeks, to another country. Come to Costa Rica. It's sure not that far from the United States, and spend some time with yourself. Sometimes we always look to keep overstimulating ourselves, or to keep finding something external to confirm our own existence. Let me go and find this person, or I'm going here to do that with these people, or I want to see what the clubs are like over there, or I'm trying to find me a wife. Maybe I'll go there. And that's the same thing. You're actually not going to go anywhere and find something different with those kind of ideals. What you're really looking to do is to set yourself apart for a moment from all of the stimulus that you're receiving within your environment, and then start gaining bearing, start being able to listen to yourself, and then of course also be able to regenerate, because those periods that you have away from all of the chaos and the confusion that you can experience in your normal environment, when that's moved away, you get a chance to see deeply within yourself. And nature is a great tool for doing that, because it's a consistent reflection of who we truly are, and it actually shows us how things operate in balance. So it's great to go somewhere where there's lots of nature to start that healing process. And I
okay, I'm back. So now you guys can hear me. Okay, so now he talked about, he talks about when you're trying to make a shift in your life, when you're trying to change, when you're trying to do something different. Normally, you need to move. You can't be around the same people. It's not going to work, because those people are going to view you the same way, and they're going to see you through that same lens. So it's hard for you to change into the person that you want to be when the past is keep being brought to you. You know, you're looking so far bright at the future, but somebody keeps telling you to look at the small mirror from the past. So I just I you know, so I really wanted to hop on that. And it's really hard if you want to change your life, if you want to do something different. You have to take a step. You got to take a chance. You have to bet on yourself, basically. And as you can see, yeah, what he said was you need to remove everything and listen to your inner self, listen to your inner feelings. Um, and that's basically going within yourself and thinking about the things that you want to do. What do you want to achieve? How do you want to feel? What do you believe in? What are your morals? What are your contradictions? What are some things that bother you? And that's just basically self introspection, getting to know yourself and finding your soul's mission. And you cannot find that if you're constantly bogged down with all this information and you constantly, what he said, stimulate. You're constantly being stimulated. The internet, the people, your friends, your family, everybody's. You're constantly going in this vicious cycle. So yeah, these are all part of my raising your baseline vibration, people. You got to take all of that into perspective because you can't raise your vibration if you're stuck in the same place and you can't change. And I just want just because you're in the same place doesn't mean you can change your surroundings. You can paint your walls, you can redo your room, you can get flowers and put it in your room, you can reorganize everything. And those are different ways to shift in your environment also. So there's different ways you can go about doing it. But if you don't do anything, you will consistently have the same results and the same outcome. And I really don't think we want that, right? Yeah, I hope not. Okay, so now we have one more video. So this is my my last video, people. No, we have another one. I'm lying. Okay, so I think it's this one. Uh, so before I play this video, the purpose of this video is just to give you guys some game on energy and give you some game on manifesting. And just to give you some game on how you can get that willpower and just how everything kind of works in your favor. All right, so let's go to it.
When it came to, let's say, paranormal forces, if you wanted them to move on your behalf, then all you had to do is make whatever it is that you were trying to achieve a part of what they were trying to achieve. And how this came about is that when I was still thinking that there was an external God and I was praying to this external God, I would notice when I was praying for things that I want, well, God, can you please give me a really great relationship? It wouldn't happen. But then when I was praying for things that seemed to be in the benefit of the God, well, God, I want to be able to deliver this message more to you, but I need some money for the bus to do this. Then all of a sudden the money will pop up out of nowhere. And then even when I say, I need a car so I can travel across town so that I can deliver this message a little bit more, all of a sudden I had a car. So I said, this is very strange. Now, later on in the future, when I realized that we are the gods, of course, I made a slight adjustment to that formula, and I started realizing that if I put myself into the state of consciousness where I would be manifesting the things that were in the flow that would be better to my supreme self, then those things will happen right away. Versus if I was asking for something that was just only going to be at my own detriment, I would literally have to beat the door down in order to get that to actually become a part of my reality. So now when we bring that back into the scope of just manifestation, like they call like in The Secret, being able to manifest things through your thoughts, etc. What it really says is that when you're looking to truly get involved and engage in things that are going to be better for you, going to actually increase who you are, really, not just feed more of your pleasures and desires, but actually truly assist you in getting forward, those things actually are able to manifest just like that, versus things that are still going to be holding you back because you've been doing so much of that and manifesting so much of that energy. There's really no repository of fuel for you to be able to get that kicked off. So you have this other side, and this is what I'll say to people who feel like they're experiencing a somewhat of a distorted reality. Make no mistake and realize that within all energies, if you're experiencing one, that means the other one is just building up a lot. So you have to learn within yourself how to tap into that other force that is now probably so overflowing that when you finally crack it open, you just get this floodgates of benefits, and you can generally ascribe those benefits to the changes that you made. So this is a bit of a metaphysical introspection about how to actually manifest things, and what are the mechanics behind that, instead of just saying, oh, I want a new house, or I want a new car, I want a great boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Start thinking about the things that you truly need in your existence. Like, I want to go to nature so that I can regenerate my soul. And you'll find that the responses that you get from what we would think are just invisible forces will be a lot more expedient in order to answer that call, because again, it's you talking to yourself.
Okay, so hopefully you guys like that video. So yeah, so that video answered a lot of questions for me. And it gave me some true dealings of, why some people are in the positions they are, but I'm not really looking at them. I like to use myself because that's more of a better introspection. But yeah, what he said there was true, and it always dawned onto me, like, that's why when I see people living a good, righteous life, things naturally come to them, things flow to them, everything works out for them. They become a living example. And you see the overturn, when somebody is trying to get over on somebody, or when people are cheating, when people aren't doing what's right and the best nature of them, you see that their lives really don't look, I mean, that rewarding. They're not being rewarded, basically. They're not getting the experiences that they want. Yeah, a lot of things don't come out into their favor. So basically, he's just saying that we are the internal gods, right? So we know what's better for us. We know what we need to experience. We know what's our higher calling. And with that being said, like he said, the invisible forces behind the scene will work in our favor once we are on our true soul's mission, and what we are trying to accomplish resonates with us on a higher level, and it brings us joy, prosperity, good morals, all of that. Then those things will have to manifest. Those things will be in our best nature. And so that was a really good video. Hopefully you guys liked it. And I like to be funny, so I want to talk about that chick Angel. She made that Margarita song. So I want to talk about that because I really liked, that was just a good example of the way the universe works in a way. She was on the podcast, she was in her element. She was being authentic, she was doing her business, and she was on there having fun, right? Everything happens when you're having fun. So she was on there having fun. And so let's just roll the clip. How did that Margarita song blow up? Okay, so hopefully you guys could see it. So we want to see, how did this come about?
Her one more margarita, she will spread her legs.
When I heard it, I said, this sounds like a rap song. Give me a beat, Kev. This sounds like a rap song. Here we go. Hey, hey. Give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma have some fun. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma put it in your bun. I'ma put it in your bun.
Why did you do that?
You buy
My bad, I was muted. Okay. So basically what I was saying though, like, yo, that song was so funny. Oh my gosh, she was in her element and she made that song. And the whole purpose of that video is to talk about the possibilities that are out there. Like, anything can happen. She was in there, she was doing her podcast, she was working on it. She has like what, over 100,000 subscribers. I hope she gets up to 1 million. And she was just having fun. And all of a sudden now she got a music video. So that was so funny. I'm like, yo, the possibilities are out there. Anyway, so I wanted to do a video about the fact that she got a music video and she had one from 2 weeks ago. So to me, this is good news because I like good news. I like the possibilities that are out there. And, I don't want people to be bogged down. There are endless possibilities for you to manifest the life that you want. And your girl, that chick Angel, she did it. Like, I don't know. If that's not a living example, I don't know what is. So I just wanted to share her video. Come on, you guys, go subscribe to her. Her and Kevin on Stage. They got a great podcast. And let me show her video. Okay, you guys. Yeah, so I love that video. I don't care what nobody says. I mean, the song might be ratchet, but they are having fun. And the simple fact that she made that song out of having fun and it blew up, I'm so happy for her. I don't care. And so as you can see, I wanted to piggyback on, as you can see, right? She was consistently doing the work. And that was an example to what Sevan was talking about. Once you consistently do the work, you consistently show up, you consistently try to change your vibration, you change your atmosphere, you focus on the things that you want to accomplish, you stay positive, you stay grounded, right? It may not seem things are changing, right? On the metaphysical level, I mean, on the earth plane right now, knock, knock, right? But, right, slowly but surely, right, the spiritual has to align up with the physical. So sooner or later, like he said, when it cracks, the overflow of abundance that comes out, you will be amazed. So stick to your path, stay positive. Stay true to yourself, right? And just know that day is coming. As you see, that chick Angel, she was doing the same thing, right? She was staying positive, she was staying good. And look what happened. Bam. Bam. She got a whole music video. Oh my God. I still can't believe it. I'm so happy for her. So yeah. So I do have 2 more videos, Damn, I got so much videos. Anyway, So this video is another spiritualist, I have to, I have to leave the people and the cosmos a spiritual message. I got to leave you guys with some kind of, earthy. So this one is from Erin, I think it's Lyons. So yeah. So Erin Lyons, please follow her also. Subscribe to her. She's a black, well, she's a black woman, but she's also a spiritual teacher. She's a healer, and she's phenomenal. And right now, she's gonna bless us with her presence. And if you're watching this video, I hope that her light energy transmute and help you too. So let's just get into this.
And when you truly hold yourself, when you uphold yourself as the divine goddess and priestess that you are fully receptive to ease, abundance, and overflow and luxury to be yielded to you in your experience. And she's just clearing out some of the things you have been believing about yourself that is blocking you from having more beautiful experiences in the physical. And she's saying you are a being of infinite beauty. So of course, beauty should be reflected back to you in your reality. These experiences have never been blocked out from you. You have always been deserving to experience the all, the fullness, the infinite potentiality of your soul. Leretrianye shkotore regetrianye shkoko lere sharalarianye kokoko yereketreo. And she's just having to use some high frequency toning here to align you with your original soul blueprint. Kotianye iakatra yisukura katianya iakietish kokota yanya yerokwana ya rakata yasia katranya ukokokoterianya yorosiki shiki trimwiri kitrianye iasianye. We are complete. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Okay, you guys. So that basically concluded this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. So this was about raising your baseline frequency, the frequency that you're normally at, when you're in your nesting position, the frequency when you're relaxing, the frequency that you are normally at on a 2:00 afternoon, or the frequency when you're at 6 p.m. or 8 p.m., what you're normally feeling, how you're feeling, how you're resonating with the world, what you're vibrating out, what people are feeling from you. And yeah, so that's what we were talking about, raising your baseline frequency. Yes, and this is really a great topic because I think everybody wants to raise your baseline frequency. Everybody wants to have really good experiences. And this is some ways. All right, so these are some ways how you know if your frequency is aligned is normally when your frequency is aligned, things are much more easier. Things happen for you a little bit better. And when your frequency is not in such a good place, you're more sluggish. You're more susceptible to mishaps. Things are a little bit tougher for you. You have to work 10 times extra harder to attain your goals. Yeah, you just got to go through the mud, through the muck. And in order for you to have an easier experience here, yeah, raise your frequency, raise your baseline frequency. Start slow and slowly build yourself up. So yeah, this is what the video was for here today. I know nobody wants to be in a sluggish, stagnant, non-moving reality. We all want to raise our baseline frequency, right? And I got one more video, and that's for me. And we all want to raise it. So this will be my closing video. And it's a funny one. And I hope you guys you take it with a grain of salt. Well, no, I want you to fully take it in, you know. I want you guys, when you wake up, to feel the best versions of yourself and stay feeling that way. So I'm going to share this video and then we're going to close out. So, but I want to thank you guys for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel, like, comment down below. If you want me to react to a video, if you want me to talk about a certain subject, please let me know. I'll try to make it happen. So yeah. So let's do that. Let's share my video and let's close out. So I don't know, like, where do we get this feeling from where we're not good enough? You know, we don't measure up. I don't know where we get this from. Cause, you know, every time we wake up in the morning, we are at homeostasis and we are connected to the universe and we're feeling really good, right? Would you guys admit that? When you first wake up, your body is settled, you're feeling nice, you're at homeostasis, you're not thinking intrusive thoughts, you're not boggled down with what's going to happen or your problems, right? Wouldn't you guys agree? And it kind of reminded me of the song by Beyonce, right? And it goes a little something like this, right? I woke up flawless, post up, flawless, right around in that flawless, flossing on that flawless. This diamond's flawless, my diamond flawless. This rock flawless, my rock flawless. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless, ladies. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless, ladies. We flawless. Say I look good tonight. Goddamn, goddamn, goddamn. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.